What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Had to backdoor y'all tonight because of the thought that came into my head. Um, Torero, I appreciate that. Torero said, "Great title, nice to be here." I appreciate that. I mean, because yeah, that's why I came back on here tonight because I wanted to talk on that because it popped into my head, and I was like, you know what? I got a few things to say, and hopefully, I can receive some assistance from y'all, from my people, from our K-Rino community, if you will. So we will get it started, man, once a few people slide into the room and see if y'all can help me out with this one and get some understanding. We can all bring understanding to each other about this topic. Um, as you know, hit the like button as you come into the door. Subscribe to the channel, whether you new or whether you've been around forever. Keep checking to make sure that your subscribe game is still active and your notifications are on at all times. And we'll move forward. Um, couple other things to get into before we start with the topic. The new episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast is up. Finally, we had some technical issues. That's why we were not able to run it Wednesday like we normally do. The show normally comes on every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. But we had some issues that are now rectified. And the new episode with the homie B. Fetty is up right now. So soon as you get through watching me run my mouth on this channel, go over to the Underground Dialogue podcast and make sure you check out uh, the new episode. Hold on, let me put that on there as well. I'm not a good typist as it is, but it's really bad tonight for some reason. I think it's just one of those lazy days, man. It's like it's raining out here where I am. Uh, it's raining where I am, so I don't know what the rain. If I can blame it on the rain, as the song says. But yeah, y'all click the like button as y'all come in. I'm still training. I'm still got y'all in training with the like. I still got y'all on training with that like button. I want to get it to where y'all already know to come right in. Some of y'all do to come right in, bang, come in the room, thumbs up. But we still got to work on a few people. Uh, Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Hope we have a good one tonight. Hopefully, I'm led by the higher power to say some impactful things on this topics tonight. On this topic tonight, on why I made that plural. The title says, "If they can't control you, they try to ruin you," and it's so many um, parts to that because it covers a spectrum that's a lot deeper than what the obvious may be. And I think the obvious to us might be um, people in positions of extreme power, where you're talking about governments, you're talking about uh, extremely wealthy people, you're talking about people who have control and ownership over corporations. You're talking about people who are in control of entertainment, whether it be Hollywood, music business, et cetera, et cetera. That's the first thought that we think about. We talk about media. and the connection between media and some of those other entities that I named, because media is really the main vehicle that all those other entities use in order to complete or to assist in that process as a major component to bringing somebody down. Because of course, media is the vehicle that transports the information. So whether the information is true or false, media has a way of circulating that information in order to accomplish whatever goal that those who power media want to get accomplished. So if they want to paint a picture of you as being a criminal, then they'll use media to do that. If they want to paint a picture of you as a madman, a crazy person, a crook, a scam artist, a charlatan, a liar, a killer, a rapist, whatever they come up with, media is used to disseminate that information on a mass scale, and public opinion starts to settle in, and depending on how the picture is painted by media, that determines how public perception settles in. And public perception plays a big part in how the result takes place, whether they are lying about you or telling the truth. But one of the questions we have to ask is why do these things happen in the first place? What are the factors that lead to a powerful entity deciding that they want to destroy somebody, they want to take somebody and bring them down? It's in the first part of the title. They want to control you, mainly if you have some type of skill, some type of power, and some type of influence of your own that possibly developed long before they even had you on their radar. So if we go back to, let's go back to the civil rights movement. Let's go back to Dr. Martin Luther King in his time when the civil rights movement was coming up, all the way up until when it got up to full swing. And now Martin Luther King is a prominent name all around the globe because of his activity in being a catalyst of this movement. A lot of times what you'll see these snakes who are in control of the entities that I named: government, local police, local government, state government, national media, local media, national media. They work in cahoots to say, this is not a message that we want the people to take to. So let's try to talk to this guy. Let's see where his head is at. And let's see if he's like some of the other people in the past that we can persuade to come to our side and speak our language through whatever means. That means could be they paying him. Hey, look, man, don't get too deep into that stuff, man. Look, we'll take care of you and your family. We just need you can still pose and front like you doing all that, like that's what you own, but we don't need you on that. And if you don't get on that, we'll look out for you. And unfortunately, many people follow behind that. Many people look at that and they go, okay, yes, what kind of money you talking about? I mean, tell me what's on your mind. Oh, really? Okay, well, yeah, I can play the game. And many of us will decide to play the game. But there's that small percentage, that chosen few, who, no matter what they try to offer, they are not going to participate. They're not going to play the game because the cause that they were backing in the first place has always been prioritized in their own mind and bigger than any type of bribes, and not bribes, any type of payoffs or any type of benefits from selling out to the establishment. Is bigger than all that to them. So you have those ones that go, nah, man, that ain't what I'm not in this for no money. I'm in this to educate and uplift and save my people. I'm actually in it also to tell my people what you are doing, what your role is in our oppression, right? So when you got those ones that come up and they take that position, now we get to the back end because they were not able to control you. So now the campaign is in motion to try to destroy you. And how do they destroy you? Well, it's a few ways that they go about it. Um, as I said earlier, they have power over the media. So most of the time, these things begin with slander campaigns where they try to discredit your movement. They discredit you and your character. They try to first seek out any type of possible dirt that you may have in your past, any arrest, any type of shady activities that you might have on your resume. They try to bring that to light in order to bring down uh, your credibility in the eyes of the public. Oh no, this dude's a scammer. Oh, this dude went to prison in 2009 for this. Oh, he did this, he did that. And it wouldn't matter if you're not that same person anymore. It wouldn't matter if the charges were not even legit and you just somehow got jammed up anyway. But even if the charges were legit or and that's what you did, like I say, you're not that person no more. They're going to use that to make the people go, wait a minute. And they have the power and the resources to bombard the public with this campaign. Boom, boom, every night, every story, every publication, uh, uh, every channel, social media. They have the power to continuously flood um, airwaves, whatever, with information, with negative information concerning you in order to um, dirty up your image. And if that don't work, then, well, let me get to that part later. Another way they'll do it, they'll try to make it like you crazy, depending on what the scenario is. They will make the people believe that you have something wrong with you mentally. They will pick out instances. Remember how they did Michael Jackson? They was calling him Wacko Jacko. They were trying to say he was crazy and say he had mental problems. And they would take little instances and they would blow them up so far out of proportion that people actually started to buy in to those notions that, man, Mike crazy. Oh, Mike went out and got all this plastic surgery. See, Mike's off, man. But wasn't nothing wrong with Mike. Mike had woke up to what the industry was doing to not only him, but to artists in general. He learned about publishing rights. He learned about um, record sale royalties. And he realized that even somebody like himself, who had sold more records than anybody in history, he realized that they was messing over him too. He looked back at all of the great artists that he came up listening to throughout history, and he saw the condition that a lot of them were either currently in or that they had already died in, and many of them died broke. And he came to the realization, like, man, this industry is dirty. But the problem was that Michael Jackson, being the biggest star probably ever in anything, the establishment looked at that and was like, well, nah, if he starts teaching that, we're going to have a problem on our hands, because he's going to wake people up, because people don't listen to him. They love him. So we got to make the world not love him. We got to create scandal to make the world not love him. And we have to paint a picture of him that makes him appear to be off, makes him appear to be a man of questionable character. And they absolutely pushed that campaign, because I don't know, and I can't ever say that there were any behind the scenes conversations that they had with Michael Jackson, but I don't know. But one thing I do believe that I know is that they reached a point where they understood that they were not able to control him. He stood on a national press conference and called Tommy Mottola a devil. That's what I knew. I said, oh, no, Mike ain't playing with him now. They couldn't control him. So now the campaign starts to destroy him, to try to ruin him. They put false claims on him. And for everybody that tried to say, oh man, Mike was messing with those. No, he wouldn't. Mike wasn't messing with no children, man. The FBI themselves could not find any evidence that pointed to Michael Jackson being guilty of the accusations that were placed on him as it related to dealing with any young children. That it's the FBI. This ain't somebody guessing, because if the FBI came for him, they was trying to get him. So if there was something to get, they would have got it, and they would have exposed it. Instead, there was nothing to get. So even they had to conclude, we didn't find nothing. And even some of the accusers have come out and said, nah, Mike didn't do that. There are recordings of parents trying to scam and make deals to try to set Michael Jackson up. The parents was in on it. Some of the so-called victims, like I said, they have come out and say, no, didn't happen. So all these things, these are just a few things that bear witness to how they will seek to destroy you and try to set up and create circumstances and an atmosphere to destroy you when they can't control you. And they get the most upset when individuals who they may have once been able to control snap out of it, and they just have in their mind, no, you can't get me no more. You can't get me no more. And this holds true for entertainment. And I like to touch on this type of stuff because this the field I'm in. but I'm just in a different department. I don't work in the mainstream department. That's not my department. If you come to me about the mainstream, oh no, I don't work in the main. I work in the underground independent department. You got to catch an elevator that goes further down to get to my office. I'm not up there. But it holds true in politics because there are so many of our leaders that are bought and sold. A lot of our political leaders, men who we look at as pillars of the community and upstanding position holders, they are bought and sold. Bought and sold, puppeted and controlled by bigger powers who tell them what to say, where to go, how to move, and how to deal with the people. See? And that's been going on for as long, as far back as we can remember. There's always been those kind of people. And when they finance you, when they give you a position, when they elevate you in their world, right? They are responsible for elevating you in their world. You don't elevate yourself. You can talk all that hard work, talk all you want. They elevate you because there are many who work hard or harder than some of the people who are up there already, but they never got up there because they don't play the game. So when they give you that lifestyle, if you are not strong enough to stand on truth, they'll punk you when it comes time, when the right time comes, because them punking you is all predicated on the fear that you have of losing that position and losing that lifestyle that they gave you. Oh man, I'm already living in this big gated community. I'm already in this pretty house. I got my family. I got all this money. I got access. I can't do it, man. I can't come out and say what's really going on. I can't come out and say what's really going on. Them people gonna snatch the rug off from under me. And that's how a lot of them think. And that's how a lot of them are. So and if they even think about trying to straighten their posture up a little bit, they'll get a phone call, might get a meeting set up to talk. Hey man, what's going on? What's up with you? What's the deal with you? I seen you hanging out with the such and such people. I seen you at that Farrakhan rally. What's going on? Oh no, I was just coming to see what, I wanted to come find some stuff out to report to you. Oh, okay. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. But it's too many of us that have went down that road and sold our people out. They don't care nothing about the masses of our people because they are individualized in their thought process and like, hey man, I gotta take care of me and mine. But it ain't no me and mine without us and ours. It ain't. We can think it is. Hey man, it ain't got nothing to do with me, man. So they will impose their will on you to make you shut up. And if you said something before they were able to get to you to stop you from saying it, then they're going to make sure that you get on a public forum, some kind of public platform, and retract what you said. You're going to retract, recant, everything with a re in it. You're going to just going to do it again to make sure that they clarify, that you clarify, hey, whose side I'm really on. So that's why you see a whole lot of people who have expressed the right thought. They've expressed the right way of thinking publicly in the moment. In the moment, they was crunk. They was like, yeah, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tell the truth, I'm gonna blah, 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 let it be known. And then all of a sudden, the next day, the next 2 days, magically, they on TV giving some kind of apology. So we go from rallying around them like, yeah, ooh, boy, he let them have that boy, let them have it last night. Yeah, he told them. To all of a sudden now we scratching our head like, hey, I wonder why what made him. He got on there and he apologized. He apologized, but everything he said was a fact. Nothing he said was a lie. Everything he said was the truth. But somehow the next day he was on TV like this. Yesterday, I made some comments that um, were viewed to be offensive, and I just want to let the world know that I, in no way, shape, or form, condone any type of blah 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 blah, whatever it is he talked about. And we scratching our head like, damn. I said, what happened? Them people got to him. They got in his ear, and that was some kind of threat that was held over his head. And typically in those situations, with if it's an entertainer, if it's an athlete, some along those lines, it's usually based on the threat of losing your livelihood. Your livelihood is at stake. They're going to cut you off. You're going to be fired from the network. You're going to be cut from the team. You're going to be dropped from the label. These are the things that they hold over your head and dangle as a means of controlling you. They strike that fear in you. They strike that fear in you. And too many of us have disappointed us when we see that lack of backbone being displayed in individuals who we thought was the real deal. We thought they were soldiers. We thought they was G's. But their soldierism, their G status only went so high, had a ceiling on it. And when Master come knocking, when Master come calling, that's when you see who is who and who ain't. And a lot of us will say what we would and what we wouldn't do until it's your time to be put in the hot seat. So they will tell you who you can and cannot support. They will tell you who you better and better not mention as being an affiliate or a friend. They will tell you who your enemies are supposed to be. That's why every politician that comes down the pike in this country, they will immediately connect to Israel. See? So there's always a shadow man, a hidden hand, the hidden hand of the shadow man, always in the cut, that's doing this, like just watching, sitting on the tower watching this. Okay, oh, he getting like that. He getting bold. Go get him. Bring him to me. Okay? And the thing I was about to say, but I stopped. It wasn't time for me to say it. It wasn't that I didn't want to say it. I knew I was going to say it, but I had to get all that other stuff out before I said that part. Because like I say, those are some of the ways they will destroy you from a, I guess, a materialistic angle and from a public perception angle, because like I said, they can make the people believe that you are whoever they say you are. If they want the people to believe that you a nutcase, they'll make you out to be a nutcase. They'll put the pieces in place to make people think you crazy. They want if they want the people to believe you're an abuser. They want the people to believe that you're a molester. They want the people to believe that you are a dope head, whatever it is. They can do it. So they destroy you like that because they trying to straighten you out and make an example of you in front of the rest of us. Because they don't just control one or two. They control multiples. They have not just empowered, maybe empowered is not the right word. They have not just elevated one or two or a handful. They've elevated multiples. So as this one is being made an example of, the other ones are watching. It's like in the time of slavery. They'll whoop a slave, they tie him to the tree and whoop him in front of all the slaves. Everybody got to see this, because this could be you. If you do what he did, this will be you. So we don't take him in a private area and whoop him, and then he just comes back around, y'all, after we whoop him. No, we whoop him in front of everybody. We hang him in front of everybody. All of y'all see. The babies see it. They gonna strike that fear in the children so they can grow up. We gonna have no problems out of them. But it's always gonna be one that's born to oppose that and break all that. But the part that I was gonna say, the last way that they try to ruin you is they try to kill you. They'll physically kill you. See, think about, how can I say this where this will stay. That's what I want to say. How can I say this to where this will stay? When you have individuals who set out to make the people better in terms of physically. So I have come with alternative ways for you to consume good health. We don't subscribe to what's been taught to us in the way of health. Trying to weigh my words carefully so this can stay. These people are looked at now as, wait a minute, y'all playing with the money. This cat playing with our money. So hold on, who is this Sabi dude? He playing with the money. Then mysteriously, he's not around no more. He's not around no more, not because they locked him up. They took him in. They brought him in, but he never came out. That's suspicious. Because again, you're dealing with an individual who The establishment was not able to control. Wasn't gonna stop him from doing what he do with the people. Wasn't gonna stop him. See? So if I can't stop your mouth from running, and this is their mindset, they can't stop your mouth from running. They can stop your body from running. They can stop your life from running by whatever means. And you can never, ever underestimate the movement. So that's just an example. That's just a way. That's just one example of how if they can't control you, they're going to try to ruin you. I think about Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey had built a whole movement out here, right here in these United States. It's like, got to get rid of that guy. Now, they didn't kill Marcus Garvey, but they made sure they got him out of the United States. They ran him out of the United States. And many other examples that we can lay out and think of. And some, in my opinion, are clear cut, while others are just speculation. Very just, some are like, it sounds like that could be, but we don't really know. We can't really prove them. So we don't get too deep. Well, at least I try not to get too far deep into the ones that people may be just speculating on. And it sounds like, yeah, that could be possible. It does kind of tie up together, but it's no proof of that. But we don't have to worry about that because we got enough instances where it is proof. I remember hearing about the government threatening Martin Luther King. You know what? I'm not going to talk about that out of respect for Dr. King. I'm not going to go there. But it's the same scenario where they will say things to try to silence you. They will try to put you in a position to try to punk you. And if you don't stand solid, they'll succeed. They'll succeed. You know, because a lot of times, you know, ain't none of us perfect. So if they pull something on you and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, they want to put it out, you may, okay, what do I need to do? But that don't work on everybody. Shout out to the ones that don't work on. Now look at Hollywood for a minute, y'all. And at this stage, we've seen so many examples of how Hollywood it's crumbling just like the rest of this world is crumbling that we live in, especially within these borders of the United States of America. It's all of the systems, all of the vital organs of this nation are starting to fail. The kidneys of this nation are suffering from kidney failure. The heart of this nation got heart disease. The brain is brain dead. The lungs are smoked out and shriveled up of this nation. All of the systems are collapsing. So when I mention those organs, we talking about economic, we talking about education, we talking about business, the corporations, it's all collapsing. All collapsing. And the leadership is garbage. And I'm just praying that it won't be too late for the common man and woman like me and you. I'm praying that it won't be too late before we find out that the leadership is garbage. It's failing. We see it. And those of us who are still committed to that way, meaning I got to go out and vote for the one that's going to save us. I pray that we snap out of that to see that that's not the answer. I don't want to hear about what your ancestor died for. I'm tired of hearing that. At this point, that shouldn't even come out your mouth. You should look at what is, the what was, in terms of what my ancestors fought and died for and all this stuff. That's not gonna save the situation now. Y'all hit the like button, man, for your big brother. But I was talking about Hollywood and how we've seen many examples how they'll make you and they'll bring you down. And I use an example. If you are at the beach and you build a sandcastle, you may have taken hours to build that sandcastle. I don't know how quick people build sandcastles, but you may have been at the beach all day and you finally got that thing looking how, even if it ain't all that good, whatever you build of that sand, you have the absolute ability to wipe it out whenever you get ready. Come on, kids, we're getting ready to go. You can leave it, or you can say, oh, we're going to take a surfboard and knock the hell out of it and knock it down whenever you want to. That's how they view you and me. Anybody that they elevate, they know that they can take you down whenever they get ready. They just wait for you to do something out of pocket, or they just do it at their own leisure. They just decided, we through with you. They can do it whenever they want to. And we are under the illusion that because they gave us a little money, they gave us some fame, you got a little clout, you got a little property, you got work in front of you, that you are now on a level playing field, or even worse, you think that they care about you. Because no matter what they gave you, you gave them 10 times more than what they gave you. They will never pay you what they make off of you. Tell me I'm lying. An artist will never make more than the label. That's by design. An actor will never make more than the movie company, the production company. You're not going to make more than Paramount because you were in a movie that Paramount put out. You're not going to make more than Universal because you released an album under the label. They make it all. They make the lion's share and give you what you believe to be a lot, because to us it is a lot because we ain't never had nothing. So, wow, man, LeBron James makes $40 million a year. That's wonderful. Just when you look at it, you know, $40 million a year to play basketball, that's great. But how much is Jeannie Buss making a year if she can pay him that? And every NFL owner of a franchise, every NBA, every MLB. So never get stupid enough to think that you on the same level as them, because you're not. And you never will be until you distance yourself, you separate yourself from them. But the problem is we just don't believe we can do it. So when you see how they try to do Monique when she had her issue with Netflix, and whether you agree with how she went about it or whatever the case is, the point of the matter is that there were people who made it a point to try to make sure she didn't work no more. And some of those people look just like us, because that's the other side to it. They will get people who look like us to do their work for them, because they gave that person a little elevation. Okay, you handle that. You get her straight. Yeah, she one of your people. You get her straight. And some of us got no problem. Do we love it? Yes, yes, a boss. I'll get her straight. I'll teach her not to talk to you like that, boss. I'll teach her to be grateful and appreciate what you gave her, what you offered her, boss. Eleanor Salazar, appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. We got a topic tonight. I hope it's Eleno or Eleanor. I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. But we normally like to stay on the topic we are on. I thank you so much. But they try to destroy Monique. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. When you got these guys that come out and these artists that come out and they start exposing the industry, they start blasting, they don't care, they call it name. That type of stuff shakes up the industry. And I'm not talking about the sensationalism chasers. I'm not talking about the shock value sensationalists who just say anything and it's not founded, it's in any truth. It's just you just saying anything. I'm not talking about the crazy ones. I'm talking about people who come out with receipts and who are in their right mind, of sound mind and body, and they are saying to the world, hey, this is what's happening here. This is what's happening here. This is what we need to be doing. Not just ranting and talking crazy about everybody. We ain't talking about them. The ones who are ranting and talking wild and stupid and crazy, the powers who run the establishment, they love them. They're like, because most of the time they going in on their own people. They don't even worry about them. They're like, they don't talk about me. They're going to talk about their own people. It's those ones who come out and skip over what the ignorant among us are doing and go, okay, well, hold on. Yeah. We on some BS too, but let's go to the root of the BS. Normally the roots are down under. In this case, you got to go up to the penthouse to find the root cause of why things are what they are. So when you find somebody in that mindset that comes out and say, no, this is the CEO of such and such records. He's the one who blah, 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 blah. He's the one who put this in place and orchestrated this. And he's the one, she's the one. When you start doing that and you got receipts to back all that stuff up and it can be proven and shown, You can go all the way back to their history and show the foundation of why they move the way they move and how they got to where they got. When that comes out of a man's mouth or a woman's mouth, that's the one they worry about. They don't worry about the crazy talkers. We the only ones that worry about them. We the only ones want to click on and see what they talking about. They looking at, they're focusing on the real ones. What is Farrakhan saying? That's who they worried about. What is this one saying? That one saying? That's who they worried about. Rightfully so. They're worried about the ones who can actually have an effect on the people to make the people go, oh man, that's who they worried about. So now they tried to get you to go against them. Because if you go against, if you're with them, well, you can't be with us. Like I said, we're gonna drop you from the label, we're gonna cut you from the team, we're gonna remove you from your position. I talked about this a while back. It was a politician. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was a politician, a black politician, who in the current day, he was etched into the system. He's like, hey man, he moved up. I forgot what his position was in politics, in the political realm, but he had moved up a little bit. But they found out that he used to be in the Nation of Islam, and he was at the Million Man March, and they found all this out. And they started questioning him about that. Now they knew it was true, but he started backpedaling and no, I wasn't even trying to dance around it, and kind of low key act like he wasn't. Because in my opinion, he feared losing his position. We just can't be that kind of person, man. Hey, look, man, bro, look. You got to have some kind of integrity. You got to have some kind of backbone. If you never, I don't care what you might be scared of, man. I don't care what you might be intimidated by, what you might fear losing, or some people don't even fear. Some people just have it in their mind that, man, I just gotta do what I gotta do for my family, man. They ain't scared. They just doing it. But at some point, man, we gotta have some kind of integrity, bro. We got to. So they hate when they can't control you, because they love the dominance of being able to just send down a word to you. Hey man, stop. Like a parent telling a child, hey, put that down. And the dominant parents, they only have to say something one time. And the child, that's how they like it. But if they catch that one that, hey, put that down, and he go, hey, you're not gonna put that down? See, they don't like that one. They don't like that one at all. America is built on the strong arm tactic. It built on a strong arm tactic. When they started gentrification in the hood heavy, I'm speaking in my city, but I'm sure it's going on in all of the major cities. But when gentrification started to become a thing that I was aware of, maybe it cycles itself around from back before I was born. I don't know, but you know, one of the prominent neighborhoods in my city, they would offer to buy your home. They was trying to buy the hood back. That's what gentrification is. Basically, they were trying to buy the hood back. And a lot of people immediately, they sold. They sold their houses for little or nothing. I mean, you done sold your grandma's house that been in the family all these years. You done sold it because they offered you $50,000 for it in a prime area. We didn't understand the value of that centrally located property, and people were selling off those properties and those houses and that land for basically crumbs, only to watch $1 million housing establishments be built, condominiums, lofts, townhomes, just $1 million properties that they were selling at that time, $250,000, $300,000 at that time, 20 years ago. Probably way more expensive now. But the reason why I'm saying this is because there were people who was like, I ain't selling. We ain't selling. I ain't selling my grandma's house. I'm not selling my own house. Right? So I started to hear rumblings that, they're saying that if these people don't sell, and it was 8, 9 people in that proximity that had already sold, and you the last one that didn't, they were coming up with ways to take your house. This is what I was hearing. Now I'm not an expert on that, but I heard that from multiple places. Like, what, they can do that? If you don't want to accept the crumbs that they're gonna give you, hey, you better take this offer now, because if you don't, was that really a thing? But that's my point. They were not able to control those individuals because they had sense enough for on whatever level. Maybe it was, hey man, I don't want to move, I'm good where I'm at. Or maybe they understood the dynamic to where it was like, nah, man, this is not a good business move. This is not a wise move for us as a people, as a community. It's not a wise move. Whatever the reason was, those people stood on business, as they say, and they didn't want no parts of that. Now, I didn't hear of anybody taking anybody's property. I didn't hear of that. I didn't hear of anybody. I didn't hear any stories about people getting their stuff took. I didn't personally hear about that. I just heard that that's what they was throwing out. If y'all know some stories like that. But I also don't dismiss the possibility that that was a conversation. And y'all hit the like button for your big brother as we come up on an hour. I'm not going to be on here long with y'all tonight. I promise I'm not. Y'all hit the like button for your big brother. Let's get to 100 likes at least. Some of y'all work on jobs that mistreat y'all. They don't treat you with respect. They don't treat you with fairness. They don't treat you with equality on these jobs. and they would try to get you to do more. I've had conversations with people that just, oh man, I ain't been getting no breaks, no lunch break. How do you not get a break on a job? Oh man, I've been working here 15, 20 years. I ain't had a raise in 10 years. See? And if you decide to start ruffling feathers a little bit and you go, hey man, you know, I've been here. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm at. They start trying to orchestrate ways to get rid of you because they want to keep you underfoot. They want to keep you at that low level for as long as they can milk it out. And like I say, and they'll find ways to get rid of you. Forget your family. Forget your bills. Forget what you have to do in your life. You having to live and survive in this world. Forget that. You don't want to follow and play by the unjust and unfair rules that we lay out. You can go. So we hit an hour. Let me go into these comments and read what y'all got to say on the subject. Let me go back a little bit. I'm going to go back a lot of bit. Hold on. I ain't seeing nothing that's blowing me away, y'all. So I'm just scrolling. I'm trying to find a comment that's going to fuel me. I'm not seeing nothing, though. Mitchie says it's hard to be real and have your heart on your sleeve. Well, the only thing that's hard about being real is dealing with the reactions of the people who can't take your realness. They can't stomach it. And sometimes it's people that you care about that can't stomach your realness. So that gets hard in a way because it's like, man, you know, you're not going to compromise saying what needs to be said. You're not going to compromise doing what needs to be done, even if it may rub some people the wrong way in their lack of understanding of what needs to be done. So you have tough conversations. I have tough conversations with people from time to time. People don't understand because we're so indoctrinated into the way this system operates that we feel like everything that we do, it has to go through their channels, literally and figuratively. Everything we do has to go through them. So if it don't go through them, it's not validated. It's not valid. You know, if you ain't on a major label, that little independent stuff you doing, that ain't nothing. That's not true. You got to go through Master's label. That's the only way. Unfortunately, a lot of black people think like that. We're indoctrinated. We don't know it. We don't even understand it. That's how we think. I got to have a Louis Vuitton bag. I'm not gonna wear this. I'm not gonna walk around carrying a K-Rino purse. K-Rino has come out and designed these purses. Black-owned company designed these purses, and who is that? I need Donna Karen. I need Coach. I need Dooney and Burke. Who is that? I'm not wearing that. Because we put the value, we give their products the value, and we take away the value of our products because it ain't theirs. Still trying to find some comments, man. I ain't seeing nothing that's moving me right now. I ain't gonna lie. We all over the place. We talking about stuff that don't have nothing to do. It's one of those nights. Is that genius? The story you tell is celebrated in the play Road to Bountiful. The moral of the story that I'm making, as the new people who come in the room hit the like button, is don't be afraid of the consequences of not allowing yourself to be controlled. Don't focus so much on what they can take from you. Focus more so on what God is able to give to you if you got faith and belief in Him in your own motion. Because this whole title and the fear of it, the fear of that is based around us not really believing that we could succeed outside their umbrella. If we ain't under their umbrella, we just gonna get wet. No, let's make our own umbrella. It's fear. It's fear. Give me 13 more likes and I'll get out y'all way, man. Give me 13 more likes and I'll get out y'all way. Some of these comments look like it should be on a whole nother live stream. This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. Mike Pena says, I'm trying, but some things can't let go. Not gonna lie. Oh, but maybe save best for last. Give me 11 more likes. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100. Need 10 more and we'll get there, y'all. I understand a lot of times these type of topics ain't popular. Or maybe just, I don't want to say it's going over y'all head, but it's like we're not understanding the urgency, the time we in, the importance of what I'm talking about right now. But it's all good. Username says $1 million slaves. Yeah. $1 million slaves, man. And people say, well, how can you be $1 million slave? If you're a millionaire, there's no way you can be a slave. You can absolutely be a slave as a millionaire, not in terms of you out there picking cotton and chopping wood and doing all that. But you still are a slave to a slave master because, again, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter how much they give you, they have the power to take it all away and to remove you from visibility, from public visibility at any time they want to. We've heard rumors of Bill Cosby wanting to buy a network. Then all of a sudden, accusations and stuff comes down. We've heard about individuals getting ready to try to go off and be independent and do things outside of the establishment, and all of a sudden the house of cards start to fall on them. We know the story of Jay Prince, Suge Knight, and Irv Gotti trying to create a black-owned distribution and manufacturing company or whatever it was they was trying to put together. Because somebody said it wasn't even that, but whatever it was going to greatly affect the way things normally go. And those who control what and how things normally go, to see these three black men come together and try to create an independent entity that would move them out in some form or fashion, then all of a sudden you start seeing these arrows get thrown at them. All three of them. So these are the things that we got to look at and look at as examples. And it's too many. It's a lot that's escaping my mind right now. Y'all can put stuff down if y'all can think of something, but a lot of this stuff is escaping my mind. But the last thing they want is our unity. The last thing they want is our independence. They can say they hate us all they want, but all we got to do is not spend money with them for a few days, and they'll understand our value. Now, they can still hate us, because they do hate us, but they love our money. They love our ignorance. Give me 3 more likes, man. El Cappuccino, I just be afraid. How do you recommend dealing with? Afraid of what? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Shout out to Tim. Tim said, I just came across this channel today, but these are conversations we need to be having more of right now. Absolutely, man. Thank you, Tim. Please subscribe and don't be a stranger. And I can't say who did what. Like Chris said, I don't think Cosby did it. I don't know. And that's not even my point. Because what I believe is that I believe that a lot of us have gotten bitten by the Hollywood bug. A lot of our brothers and sisters got bit by that bug and fell in love with those lifestyles and had the money and the lane and the access to become what they've seen the establishment become. But outside of that, still having aspirations to build and become powerful themselves. So what happens is, if you try to make a power move like that, then they say, hold on, N-word. You're getting out of your place now. We're not going to sell you NBC. Let me bring you down a notch. Two more likes, y'all. If there's 2 more people in there that haven't hit the like button, hit it today. Or hit it today. Hit it right now. I guess it is today. And I can be out y'all way before midnight my time. There we go. Somebody came on through. All right, drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Drop your locations and I'll shout y'all out. Drop y'all locations. I'll shout y'all out. Okay, we got gang-related type productions. H-Town. Ready. Haley B. Panama City Beach, Florida. Tim is in Phoenix. My brother Diaz, I see you. Crown Me, Birmingham. K Solo is in the O, in the town, Oakland, California. TJ Alexander in Louisiana. Yeah, I see you gang related. Diaz is in the Netherlands. Ben Brown is at Tuncurry, Australia. Erica is in Beaumont. Chris B is in Colorado. Johnny Vital, Lake Charles, Louisiana. El Cappuccino. Is that LA, Los Angeles, or Louisiana? Which one? My brother Clayton Johnson in Columbus, Ohio. Dark Mist, Far Rockaway, New York. Vincent is in Hawaii. Genius is in land near Boston, Massachusetts. Okay. Osita, what's up, Osita? Waco, Texas in the building. K Solo. May Allah be pleased with Dwayne Wiggins. Absolutely. Miss Lady Sample. Okay, hold on. That's not a city. Tommy No Hooks is in Midvale, Utah. Old Charlie. Is that Australia? What NT? Is that Northern Territory? Trying to brush up. Miss Lady Sample is in Lake Superior. Okay, El Cappuccino, I got you, Los Angeles. Spikey says, when you have nothing to lose, go all in. Lewis Lawson, salute to you. Thank you so much, Lewis, for the super chat. Thank you for that donation, my brother. I appreciate you. And I thank you for honoring your big brother with not just your presence, but your hard-earned Skrilla. Appreciate that, Lewis. Spikey is in Cali. Is that Kids Superpower Hours in Des Moines, Iowa? What's up, Mike? I know my boy Michael out there in Beaumont, man. Salute and respect. Listen, real quick, y'all. The Underground Dialogue podcast did not air Wednesday, but it's up now. It's up right now. So y'all can go to the Underground Dialogue podcast right here on YouTube. That's our podcast channel. If you did not know that we had a podcast, and check out the latest episode. We dropped it tonight instead of Wednesday, even though we'll have a fresh one for y'all Wednesday. But we dropped it tonight with the homie B Fetty. And again, as I say this again, don't just watch the show if you see people on there that you know, that are famous people on there. Watch all the episodes, because some of the best game and best information come on the shows when you have lesser known people on there. They drop the most wisdom to me. Because a lot of stuff we talk about with people who are known, a lot of stuff we know already. So support the Underground Dialogue podcast, man. We appreciate that. This Wednesday is going to be amazing. We got Cliche. Woo-wee! She's going to be dropping it. Also, for everybody in Austin, Texas, and surrounding areas, we will be there March 15th, which is next Saturday. Myself and the South Park Coalition will be in Austin, Texas next Saturday, March 15th. I'm putting that information in right now. Putting that information in right now. So if y'all are close to Austin, come through. It's a daytime event. Meet and greet. And performance. We're going to perform as well. So there you go. Last but not least, we're getting ready to relaunch the website. If any of y'all want to be on the mailing list for when we drop new stuff, you want to still rock with these physical copies. We got CDs, we got books, we got shirts, we got all kind of stuff, man. Send me an email and say, hey, I want to be on the mailing list, the contact list. And we'll make sure we got you covered on that when the time comes. New album coming next month. Y'all know what it is. All right, man. Like I said, I wasn't going to hold y'all long. Hope y'all got something out of this, man. I know y'all don't like these kind of topics, but you know, certain stuff I have to say, it got to be said. So I will catch y'all later on with another one real soon. Time to get back to work. Peace and hair grease.